Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Agsan and my partner are Alda and Sherly. In this section, we would like to present our discussion about the definition of students in a classroom. Well, enjoy our discussion.
Alright, now let me explain to you the definition of student in the classroom. As you know, school provides an environment where we can learn a lot of basic skills. In school, we study different subjects that cover several courses such as history, language, art, biology, math, and etc. And through school, we can develop our talents. School is a place that consists of classroom, teacher, learners, staff, and any other that must be required. At school, students will study in the classroom and learning many things that they never learned before. Students in the classroom will learn about various kinds of knowledge, develop abilities, increase self-potential, socialization, and other activities that students do in the classroom. Therefore, the meaning of student in the classroom is the people or someone who studies in the classroom in order to develop their abilities in various things, so that the classroom acts as facilitator and support for students during learning process.
Okay, in the next slide, we want to discuss about describing students by the age. The age of the students is a major factor in choosing or deciding how and what to teach. In general, young children learn faster and more effectively than other age groups. But in turn, kids who are around 12 years old are much better learners than younger ones. The following are groups of students at different ages. There are young learners, adolescents, and adult learners. Now I will tell you about young learners groups. Children up to 9 or 10 years old, the way of learn is differently from older children. Their learning methods are respond. They respond to the meaning of something even though they don't understand the meaning of the word. The second one is they often learn indirectly. They take information from all sides and learn from everything around them. As the term implies, they automatically record or capture what they get. Next method is all sense. Their understanding comes not only from explanation, but from what they see and hear. And the last is the word itself. They are more interested in talking about themselves and sometimes respond to learning using their lives. In young children, teachers need to work with their students individually and in groups for developing good relationships between people. Teachers also need to take the time to understand how their students think and operate. The teacher's pronunciation or speech is also very important because children are easy to record and imitate. The next group is adolescents. Teenagers are often seen as students with problems, but with adolescent students greater ability to think abstractly and energetically. Adolescents are also the most attractive students of all. Most of the young students understand the importance of learning and can be quite responsible. Students of their age should be encouraged to respond to things and situations with their own thoughts and experiences.
So the next one, we will talk about adult learners. According to some expert perception, Myers, Conte, and Rubensian, they define that adult learners put emphasis upon the age, whereas others focus upon breaks in schooling or responsibilities and functions that adults are required to carry out in their lives. Besides, they also divide kinds of adult learners into 3 steps. The first step is early adulthood. During this stage of early adulthood, which is from 18 and 30, the individuals are normally required to pay attention towards 3 main aspects. The first aspect is acquiring higher education. So when they need to get enrolled in a college or university to pursue a higher education, they need to ensure they make selection of the field, which is of major interest to them, and they can pursue it with diligence and resourcefulness. The second stage is getting engaged in employment opportunities. So when acquire employment opportunities, the individuals need to ensure that they possess the essential skill and abilities and are able to carry out their job duties in an efficient manner. The last stage is finding a life partner. So when selecting a life partner, there are a number of factors they need to be taken into consideration. These include age, educational qualification, employment, personality traits, family background, and place of residence, and so forth. Well, the second step is middle age. During middle age, which is from 30 to 55, individuals are able to acquire civic responsibility. During this stage, their career has reached maturity level. They have to complete their education and have made selection of employment opportunities. In most cases, individuals are married and well settled in their families. At this age, individuals are able to acquire an efficient understanding of the economic standard of living. And the last step is later maturity. When the individuals reach the age of 55 and above, they usually experience a decline in health condition. To live an efficient life in old age, there are a number of activities that individuals need to participate in. These include providing free coaching classes to children, belonging to the private, marginalized, and socio-economic backward section of the society, making provision of health care and medical facilities to economical weaker section of society. If they are from a medical profession, getting engaged in production of food and distributing it among poverty-stricken individuals, getting engaged in production of handicraft and artworks, and so forth.
Well, based on Jeremy Harmer, 1997, he described that good learners can't be described easily. Teachers should know and understand what students' background is. It's because students have their own uniqueness when they come to the class. So, when somebody assumed that a good learner is someone who always do homework, then what if someone who don't always do homework gain better understanding than the one who done it? Also, sometimes method A is suitable for students A, but not for students B. Well, some opinion from Harmer's book in 4th edition related to good learners are students who can find their own way without always having to be guided by the teacher through learning tasks. Students who are creative, make intelligent guesses, make their own opportunities for practice, who make errors work for them, not against them, and who use contextual clues. Besides, Hammer also stated that when students are not enjoying grammar exercises, it doesn't mean that they are doomed to learn failure. In other words, students can be a good learner in their own ways. Therefore, it's quite difficult to define a good learner. Then, furthermore, Hammer also gave details about learners' categories from Keith Willing, who taught adult learners in Australia. So, based on Keith Willing, there are some characteristic or categories of learners in the class. Nevertheless, before going to discuss about that, we provide some pictures. The first pictures is this. The second is this. The third, this. And this is the last. So, well, those are some types of students in the classroom. Well, here we go to discuss it. The first is convergers. Convergers students is students who confident with their own abilities and do not really like to work in group. The second is conformists. The students is students who love to do what they have told by the teacher, so they like to be obeyed to their teacher. And the third picture, it describes the concrete learners, or students who love to work in group or through game, because they prefer communicative classroom situation. And the last is communicative learners. It's the students who like to work without guided by the teacher, because they're really interested in taking a risk when their friends know. But they also love to do something which related to social interaction. On the other hand, high motivation is needed to put students become a great learner. When students are highly motivated, they will learn as fast as they can. Besides, motivation can scaffold positive vibes for students to learn. However, teacher has no full responsibility to build students' motivation, since the real motivation comes from each individual. And also, teachers should determine the suitable task for students to build up students' responsibility in learning. Additionally, Hammer provided some categories of good learner. He mentioned good learners are students who have a willing to listen, experiment, ask questions, think about how to learn, and accept correction. However, it's still the teacher's responsibility to create classroom atmosphere to get students with those characteristics. Okay, thank you, and see you in next presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.
Unless you let them in, you've been